Good afternoon and Jai Hind everyone. Today I am going to start the new topic, that is banking. Business services is our chapter and banking is the first service which we are going to start today. And regarding bank, you have some idea because you have already learned the chapter money and credit even in class 10th also. So banking, it helps in providing financial assistance, means financial help is provided by banks to their customers. Customers may be a business entrepreneur or may be an individual. So the most important function of bank, which we all know, that bank accept the deposit from the public, and with the help of that deposit bank lend money to the public in the form of credit, in the form of loans. These deposits, which are deposited by the depositors, they can be withdrawn at any time on demand. On demand means whenever the customer they need to withdraw money from the bank account, they can withdraw. That is why these deposits are also known as demand deposit, and this you have already read in class 10th money and credit chapter. Now the withdrawal can be done by so many ways. Withdrawal of money from the account can be done through checks, through drafts, through money orders. So many ways are there, and this we will discuss one by one later on in this chapter. And we all know that bank pay interest on deposit to their customer. Whatever money you are depositing in a bank account, bank will provide you certain amount of rate of interest on that. Similarly, bank will also charges rate of interest on the money which bank provides as a credit, means as a loan. So suppose bank is charging 12% interest on loan, so this is the earning of the bank, and bank suppose is paying 8% interest on deposits. So when bank is providing credit, bank earns interest from the customer, from the borrower you can say, and bank also provide interest at the rate of 8% to their depositors. So the difference between this 10% and 8% is the profit of the company, is the revenue or the income of the company. Means 10% interest he is earning on loan and 8% interest he is giving on the deposit. So the difference between what he earns and what he is giving, that difference is the profit and the revenue of the business. So business also deals in so many activities. It stimulates economic activity, means it provide you can say acceleration to the economic activity. Economy will move much fast when there is a support and the help of banking institutions, because bank is ultimately dealing with money, and economic activity and business activity is also an economic activity, and banking is the most important institution which regulate the entire business activity. So first, in today's class we have to discuss about the types of banks. First I will discuss about commercial bank. Commercial bank, we all know, are those bank which deals directly with the public, and commercial banks are those institutions which are dealing in money, but obviously it is a bank so it must deal in money, and it is also governed by, means they are follow the provisions of Indian Banking Regulation Act 1949. According to this act, banking means what? Banking means just two primary objectives of the bank, you can say accepting of the deposit and lending of money. These are the two primary functions of bank. And there are two types of commercial bank. One is public bank or public sector bank, and the second is a private sector bank. Public and private sector, the difference between these two sectors you have already learned in the previous chapter. So public sector banks are those banks in which the major stakeholding is in the hand of government, and we all know that public sector is always dealt with social motive, not with the profit motive. So public sector bank, they emphasize more on social objectives than to earn the profit, because private sector's main objective is earning of profit rather than social objective, social welfare, and public sector motive is to do social welfare. So whatever schemes they are formulated, means public sector banks, they are in the favor of society. Even their interest rate are also very whatever interest they are charging on loans from the customer, they are less as competitive to the private sector banks. Similarly, on the other side, if you see that private sector banks, they are owned, controlled and managed by the private promoters. Their owners are some private individual or firm. For example, ICICI Bank, the CEO of ICICI is Chanda Kochar, you all know. Similarly, there is so many kinds of private sector bank like HDFC Bank, Kotak Mahindra Bank. These are some private banks. Public sector banks, there are 20 nationalized public sector bank like SBI, Punjab National Bank. Uh, Public sector and private sector bank both coexist in our economy, because our economy is a mixed economy. Both public and private sector in every field work together. So public and private sector bank, they coexist in our Indian economy to regulate the economic and the business activities. So in your homework, you have to write any 5 public sector bank or any 5 private sector bank. In private sector bank, you also mention who is the chairman or the CEO of that particular private sector bank. For example, one I have given that ICICI Bank, the CEO is Chanda Kochar. Similarly, try to find some few more private sector banks, search on it, and also write their chairman and CEO, means who is the individual, who is the promoter of that particular private bank. And if it is possible, then also please mention the punch line of the bank, the punch line of the bank. Okay, so this is all for today. I hope it is understood. Commercial bank is one of the bank which we all are dealing with, the commercial bank. And apart from the commercial bank, here in your NCRT, it is given the 4 types of bank: commercial, cooperative, specialized and central bank. But I will discuss only 2, that is commercial and centralized bank. These 2 are very important. So central bank, this also is a very important central bank. And in our country, RBI is the central bank, means Reserve Bank of India, we all know. In about central bank, you will read more in depth in class 12th in macroeconomics in the chapter money and banking. There you will understand what are the policies, what are the interest rate, how they determine the interest rate, how they determine the cash reserve ratio, how they determine the statutory liquidity ratio. All these things we will discuss in detail in that chapter in class 12. But at class level, at this level, in the class 11th, you just need to know the meaning and the concept of the central bank. Central bank, it generally the banker's bank, or you can say it is the apex institution. It is the head of all banking institution. So it supervise, it control and it regulate the activities of entire commercial bank. Commercial bank cannot decide anything by itself. Commercial bank, they have to follow the central bank. And it also act as a government banker. Government banker means whenever the government they needs money, they approaches to central bank. So it is a banker to the government also. And we all know that in our country, whatever currency, means we are using rupee in India, the entire currency notes of all the denominations or the coins are issued by Reserve Bank of India exclusively. No other bank have entitled or the authority to issue currency notes and coins. Entire currency is issued by Reserve Bank of India, and you have already seen the logo and the symbol of RBI, and the name is also mentioned on every currency. So central bank, it formulate the policy for the commercial bank. It decides what should be the rate of interest charged by commercial bank, what should be the interest rate which the commercial bank have to be give to their customers on their deposit. Then central bank also help in determining CRR, SLR. This you will study much more detail in the higher class chapters. So the Reserve Bank of India is one of the central bank of our country, and every country has their own central bank which controls and coordinate everything, and which also help in the credit policy of the country and also issues currency notes and coins. So this is a brief description of central and the commercial bank. Hope you all are able to understand, and if you have any query then please ask me. So this is all for today. Functions of commercial bank I will start tomorrow in the next class. Till then, take care. Thank you and Jai Hind everyone.